Hi guys, a very warm welcome this evening to the flight deck. Tonight we're going to be doing a flight from Malta down to Greece, to Skiathos, and we're going to be departing from runway 13 on the SID, the Rail SID. We're coming in for the locator approach for runway 02, and it should be a really nice flight. We're going to be flying with Hellios, which is the Greek airline. Lovely aircraft. And we're in the 737-800 Zibo. Now, as you can see, the catering is getting ready to leave, and now it's time for us to get inside the aircraft and start her up. So don't forget to like and subscribe. As you can see, we've got no winglets on this aircraft today, which is good. Nice and good and calm. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you share and tap that bell so you don't miss any future flights. With that all said and done, now we can go into the flight deck and set her up. Okay, so first things first, what we can do is we can go and shut our doors, because we don't want anyone falling out and then causing a lawsuit. There we go. Okay, so let's close them. So here we are in the Boeing 737-800 cockpit. So we'll go ahead and start things up. So we'll go to our battery, which is on, and guarded standby power is on, and we also already have our ground power. So we'll go to bat and ground power. After that, what we can do is we can arm the emergency light. We can turn our chimes on with our seat belts. We can open one pump and get the APU started, as we're going to be going pretty quick. So after we've done that, we'll test our window heat, which is all good, and we'll put our IRS on as well. So we'll turn these on, and we'll put our probe seats on as well. Got our trim air on with our packs on as well, and we can turn our electrics on. Once that comes on, then we'll put the APU bleed on as well. So once we've done all of that, then we can go ahead and go into the FMC. Let's put our panel lights on. There we go, now we've got a nice lit cockpit. Okay, so whilst we wait for the IRS, we'll put that in. That will come up when it's all ready to go. That will pump in when it says the IRS is set. So whilst we wait for that, we'll go to Lima Mike Mike Lima, and then we're going to Lima Golf Sierra Kilo. Okay, so our departure is going to be from runway 13, and we're taking the Laurel 2 Bravo straight out. After that, when we get to our route, we're going to take the Mike 600 to Dinab, and then we're going to go all the way to the Uniform Victor 651, and then we're going to go to the Whiskey 58, and then we'll go straight to Skiathos, which is Sierra Kilo Papa, which is the VOR. And then from there we'll go direct into our arrival, so it'll be the NDB for runway 02, and we're going to transition at Skiathos, and we'll put our glide slope on. Now we've got our controls that have all activated. We'll go ahead and execute that. We'll go into our perf. We've got a reserve of 1, and our cost index today is 72. What I want to also do quickly is get the ATIS up for the airport, which is right here. Back into the path. We are going for a flight level of 320, which is all good. We're back to our perf, get our M1 limit full off, a little heavy today. Should make for a good takeoff. Let's go and get our ATIS, so 060 at 10 and 1027. Okay. Let's just double check that. 060 at 10, yep. Okay. So we'll put 060 at 10 knots for our runway wind. Then we can go back a page, we'll put our flaps 5. So we've got a 142, 142, 144 and a 153 for V2. Okay, now we're going for flight level 320. And the QNH is 1027. So I'm going to put that on both sides now. Turn on our co-pilot's panel light as well. Put the yoke in as well today, so it gives a little bit more realism. So now that's all set and done, we can go over to our overhead now. Switch over to the gens, put our APU bleed on. We'll set our cruise of 320, we'll leave that at 0 because the elevation for the runway is 9 feet. We'll turn our yaw damper on, switch over to the APU gen, and now the aircraft's all ready to go. So let's call the tug, we'll put our pumps on, we'll put our anti-collision, and I'll put the strobe to steady as we're going to come out. So let's call the tug and get ourselves started. So here comes the tug after it's nearly had a road traffic collision. So there we go, our tug's coming in.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, we're ready to connect.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, thank you, release parking brake. Okay, so release parking brake, let's go ahead and
Starting
get the engines
pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, so we're going to turn our packs off, and we're going to start engine number 2, so let's go ahead and do that now. So we'll do something a bit different today. Obviously as pilots do it to save fuel. So we'll drop our flaps 5. Okay, so here we are. Now we're just ready, getting set to taxi down Victor, and then once we get onto Victor, we're going to enter runway
Operation
13.
complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Okay, parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
So yeah, we'll go down from Victor, we'll enter on the Foxtrot hold, enter 13, go down to the bottom, turn a right onto Lima, then turn left for Oscar, and then we'll turn right back for the runway. So we'll do a 1-engine taxi today. Should be pretty fun. Something new, as we haven't done a 1-engine taxi yet. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the pack on for number 2. I'll bring the oscillation valve out just for now. Okay, so we just went. Okay, so now the tug's gone, and we're all ready and set to go. What we can do is release the brake, and now taxi on down Victor. Okay, so right now we're just heading down Victor. got our one engine on. Sky is okay today for flying. So we're going to enter onto runway 13 and then we'll back taxi down and then turn around and blast out straight onto the ocean. Okay, so now we'll join on to the Whiskey as we leave and then go back onto Tango. So now we'll just follow the taxiway down as it runs off into the runway. Yeah, I thought we'd use the one engine technique, as I do see some pilots doing it, and saves fuel as well, which isn't a bad thing. So now we're going to go and join on to the runway. Okay, so what we can do is put our strobes on. Now we'll vacate down to the bottom. Can open her up a little bit so we get down there a little quicker. So we'll be coming in on the 02, we'll take the NDB. Okay, so whilst we're now getting near to the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and start engine number 1. So we've got our traps on and we'll go ahead and start. Okay, so here we are now at runway 23, or runway 13, sorry. So what we're going to do now is just start to enter onto the runway. Okay, so we are now runway 13. What we can do is we can keep her rolling as we get ready to go. So what we can do is turn our landing lights on, keep our runway turn offs, taxis off, ring and wing well, brief the cabin, start the clock, get the M1 ready. So 40%.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
And toga. So forward on the yoke. Airspeed alive. A little bit of wind.
80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Check. So we'll just follow the flight director. So we're going to make that right turn now.
1000.
Check. So we're just making that right turn, and then we'll swing and do our left. So we go to flaps 1. Just reaching the start of the cloud layer. Okay. Now make that left turn. So keep it nice and stable. As we now go up to our 250. Following the flight director around. Once we finish our turn, then we'll activate the LNAV and VNAV. So just coming up for our 250, keeping the ascent nice and stable. So there's our altimeters, so we'll go off and do that one, and the co-pilots. So make that long swoop, that 180 degrees, straight back round. Keeping it nice and stable as we climb through 6,500 and stay under our 250. Okay. So there we are. Now what I'm going to do is activate the autopilot. And now the aircraft has control of the aircraft. Flaps are up. Can turn our auto brakes off. Can put our we don't have no weather, but we can put our terrain on when we start coming down into Skiathos. What I want to do as well is I want to open the panel lights here as well, as we'll set up the NDB for here. So we'll put in our NDB for the airport like so. So just over 10,000 now. We can go ahead and turn our landing lights off, our runway turn-offs can go off, and keep our seatbelts in.
We do recommend for your comfort in flight, and all toilets are fitted with smoke detectors. We invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy your flight with us.
Okay, so you heard cabin crew. Sit back, relax and enjoy yourself. Go into our legs page, let's see if we did have any discontinuities, which we didn't, because otherwise the owner wouldn't have gone on. And as you can see, there's our 3-degree glide path for where we start our descent. And we'll go straight down into runway 2, which is fine. So everything's all good there. We are 14 miles before we then go to Lorette, and then basically that is pretty much it now for the departure. So let's get ready for our takeoff cinematics, and don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the departure. So I'll see you all in a minute, and I'll be back when it's time for our topper descent. As you can see, there is our routing straight across over into Skiathos for the NDB 02, and I'll see you all again in just a minute. So, see you soon. Hi guys, welcome back to the flight deck. We're just going to make a right turn to intercept for the VOR at Skiathos. So we'll be on a 156 course once we turn in, and then we can tune into the VOR. Lovely view in front of us. We go and have a look at our wing. We'll have a look when we make that series of right turns. Got a little bit of turbulence. It's a little bit rocky in the cockpit, So now we can put the fasten seatbelt sign on. We've even got a HUD display. Could use that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to set our altitude to our minimums, as there is no final approach fix for this approach. So that's 1,600. Okay, that's set. Go to our course heading for the VOR. Here's 156. Okay, which is set. We're now just passing over some of the mountainous areas. Okay, what we can do now is we can put in the VOR for our Skiathos, which is going to be 113.40, and we can activate that and do it on here as well. 113.40, and we'll activate that. So now we are 156 miles from the VOR, and we've got the course set. Once we head on to that, skip course is a 089 course. Okay, so we'll change that over to 089, so that's the course that we'll be finally on to go straight to the VOR. So as you can see, we're 152 miles, and as we get closer to the airport, we will then further set the aircraft up for our arrival for the NDB or runway 02. Okay, so what's going on now is we are just near our top of descent, and we've got our altitude. I've set that to our minimums just for now. If we have the runway in sight, put it to 1700. Then if we don't have the airport in sight, which we will, then we'll lower it down, or we might disconnect just from there. So that's fine. The 089 degree course is to be on track. Once we turn from Alpha Golf Hotel to Vico, then we'll be on the 089 course to our VOR. I've already got our VOR with the DME in the nav. As you can see, it's quite a nice nav system now compared to the block navs. This is quite nice. You can go through your modes that you want, so the ILS frequency, VOR, you can test it, and then you just press that button to activate and punch your numbers in. So it's pretty straightforward, and it's a nice little concept with the new Zibo update. So we are just tipping in for our top of descent, which is right there, and then as you can see, once we get to Alpha Golf Hotel, we're going to then turn onto the 089 degree course to intercept the VOR. Let's go ahead and get our ATIS up for the airport. Okay, let's send that off. And then once that comes back, we'll go in and do our approach. Obviously we're coming down on the NDB, so that's fine. We've got flaps 40 of 143, which we'll put in, and we'll bug the +5 for a 148. Got the glide slope on. Our BEL nav, VNavs, sort of where it's going to guide, as you can see. In a minute we'll turn left onto the 0 degree course to our VOR. Now we should have our ATIS come back for the airport, so let's check it out. So we've got winds 330 at 15, QNH is 1025, fuel cows at 1000, scattered at 2000. Okay, so let's go ahead and bug the QNH now. Get that all set. So 1025, and we'll bug this one too of 1025, which is set. What I'm also going to do is on our charts, as it was meant to be, it's the locator for 02, is we need to put in the locator for Skiathos, which is 326. Okay, 326. So that should help us along with our approach. So coming down at 2000, what's our speed restrictions now? 240. So what we can do is we can put dash 240 by the time we get to Lucis. So let's bang that in, and that'll make us now start to slow down, as we've got a target speed of 240. So just descending now. I've set our target speed to 240. Is that what it needs to be until we get to the VOR, and then once we get on the 203 course, we will then make our turn at Delta 2, and then we'll be on the approach course, which is 08 degrees. So we'll make that left turn now as we approach Alpha Golf Hotel. We can set our speed brakes to 1 or 2. No, we'll do 1 today. Okay. And what we can also do is tell the cabin to get ready. Turn our engine starts to auto. So here we go now. By the time we get to Alpha Golf Hotel, we need to be at 16,000, which is on target. There's the 240. So I can put speed brakes back in. Now we zoom up. Put the approach glide path on. Okay, so now we're going to head towards the VOR. Approximately 38 miles. So we've got auto brake 1. We've also got the VOR for our fix, and we've also got the NDB, which is there, also set in. We coming down on the LNAV and the VNAV, and we also need to set our baro, which is 1600. Okay, we'll go and do that on the first officer side as well. Okay, which is all set and good. As we come near, we'll drop our HUD, as we haven't used that in the channel yet. It should be pretty good to see. So just descended now through 14,000, proceeding to Vico, and then we'll get to our VOR, and from VOR we'll then turn and make a right turn, and then another right turn onto the runway, and then we should have the runway in sight. And just before 16,000 we can disconnect and fly the approach down visually. So we'll let the aircraft stabilise itself on the puppies, and then we'll disengage and hopefully get a nice arrival today. Okay, so we're going to stay at 240 until we make that right turn towards the airport. See the terrain to the left and right on the navigational display. Got our flaps 40 at a 143, and we'll bug that to 148 for a +5 on wind. As you can see, we're going to go up to the VOR, we're going to turn right, and then we'll turn right to come straight down onto the approach. So we're just coming down through 11,000 now. Weather's not too bad. As I say, there is a little bit of wind in the area, but it's not going to be nothing too major to stop us doing anything. Wind's at 020, which is perfect, as we're only going to have a slight bit of wind coming from the right, which should make for a really great approach. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and make sure you tap that bell so you don't miss any of our future flights. We're in the lovely Hellios today, which makes for a lovely arrival into Greece. Okay, so let's start zooming out, and there is our approach in. Needs to be at 4,000 when we get to the VOR for Skiathos. From then we'll make that 203. Should be on here. Yep, we make the 203 course. By the time we get to Delta 10, then we'll make that right turn to 08 degrees for runway 02. Put the locator in the ADF. Got the VOR, so we're 16 miles away now. And as you can see, there is our runway right there, so we're going to go to the VOR, come straight down, and then turn around and come in. As you can see here, there's our VOR. We're going to turn onto the 203 degree course, and then we'll turn it right round and come straight down. So just passing through 10,000 now, turn our landing lights on, our runway turn-offs and our taxis. You can tell the cabin to get ready as we are coming down. Your damper was off. Whoops. Apologies for that. Okay, so let's just open the speed brakes a little. Should blast straight through these clouds as we come underneath. Okay, turn speed brakes off. So we're 9 miles out before we make the right turn. Have a look on our route. You can see what's going on and our progress. Okay, 7 miles in, ranging at 7,000 feet, just going through. Okay, so let's get our arrival checklist and tick them off as we go, ready for us to go. So, descent checklist. Engine start switch is continuous, which is checked. Landing lights under 10,000 are all on. For our approach, we've got our QNH setting, which is armed, which is checked. Our altitude for our approach, we've got our minimum decision altitude. We put 100 feet on top so we don't go under that, and then we'll know if we are going to carry on with the approach. We've got our ILS course frequency, which we haven't set, but we'll set once we move to the right from the VOR of Skiathos. Then we've got our card approach speed ref, which is set, and we're going to bug for a +5 knots from the 143, which will give us a 148 on the speed. We've got our minimums set for the barrow, and taxi lights are on, and that's it for now. So I'm going to start to slow the aircraft down now. So say 228. And let's take a look at that right turn. Okay, so what we can do now is set the QNHs back to the airport's frequency, which is 1025. As you can see now, we're now making that right turn from the VOR of Skiathos. So we'll now go and put the course in for the runway, which is 08. Okay. And we'll do that on this side, which is 08, which is set. We'll now go on to our 203 course. And we'll bug that on the heading. Okay, and as we come down, we can now get the aircraft all set up for our approach. So we're at 228, which is set, and now we are stable at 4,000, ready to make that right turn. Once we make that right turn, we'll then descend down to 1,006. We've got 1,007, which is our decision. Airport will be in sight, so what we can do is go down for our runway elevation, which is 50. We'll put it at 100 just for now, as we're going to disconnect the autopilot anyway. It's just to let the VNAV come down on the profile, as we do have the airport in sight anyway. So now we'll make that left turn, as we've now currently left the VOR on our way to intercept for our 02 approach. So, speed brakes are out at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a flaps 5 as I can under 250. And now we'll put the speed brakes into arm. Now get ready for that arrival. So we'll go down to 187 now. And we'll keep our speed brakes open, just so we can slow down. Okay, so before we make that right turn, then we're going to go to 163. Okay. So just coming around now, put down to 163. And we'll go flaps 15. We'll drop the gear in just a sec. So we've got 1,600 for our minimums, and we've set the altitude down to 0. But what I do want to do is just set the minimums to an extra 40 feet, which will then give us time so we don't go under our minimums profile. Okay.
2,500.
Okay, so now we can drop the gear. There we go. Okay, go down to flaps 20. Okay, and we'll go down to our 148. Drop flaps 30. And flaps 40. Okay, so right now we would be ready to initiate a go around.
Approaching minimums.
Got the barrow, which is set. We're going to continue. Got a 148 on our speed, and once the airport comes into sight, then we'll disconnect and come down. So there's the airport, there's the autopilot and the auto throttle. I have control now. Okay, so flaps 40, right, our 143.
$400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, there we are. Let's Speed brakes are up and reversers are active.
80 knots.
Check. And reversers can come out. And there we are, guys, down in Skiathos airport. And now what we can do is we can turn off our auto brakes. We'll travel to the end and we'll turn around. Don't know why we've got the Ryanair cabin announcement. So we're in Hellios. So now let's get ready for our landing cinematics, guys, and let's hope you enjoy it. So I'll see you in just a sec. And there we go, guys, down in Skiathos for our evening flight. Hope you enjoyed the flight. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep that bell tapped so you don't miss any future flights. So have a great evening, and I'll see you again very soon for our next flight on the channel. So take care, and see you all very soon. Bye bye.